Hello, this is lecture 2. In this lecture, we will discuss reducibility test for degree 2 or 3 and Gauss lemma, content, monic polynomial, primitive polynomials. First of all, we start with this reducibility test for degree 2. Statement of this test is, let f be a field and f of x belongs to this ring of polynomials f over f, and degree of f of x is 2 or 3. Then f of x is reducible over f if only if f of x has a 0 in f. It's very important, 0 in f. But keep in mind, this is valid only for degree 2 and 3, not more than that. Okay, so in the proof part, we suppose f of x is reducible. If it is reducible, the obvious f of x can be written like this. F of x is equal to g of x and h of x. This h and g belongs to ring of polynomial over f. And now, of course, degree of g will be less than degree of f, and degree of h is less than degree of f. Also, we know from the lower classes, the degree of f is equal to degree of g of x plus degree of h of x. This is result. And since we have given that degree of f of x is 2 or 3, so definitely if degree of f is 2 or 3, if it is 2, then definitely g of x and h of x degree definitely 1 1. If degree of f of x is equal to 3, तो इसकी 2 होगी और इसकी 1 होगी, या इसकी 2 होगी इसकी 1 होगी, because ultimately दोनों की डिग्री का सम तो 3 बनना है. So from this part, it is very clear that कि at least one of g of x and h of x has degree 1. दोनों में से एक की डिग्री 1 होनी. तो we suppose से हमने मान लिया कि degree of g of x जो है वो 1 है. If degree of g of x is equal to 1, so definitely this a should be non-zero. And this polynomial is over f, so a and b belongs to f, a not equal to 0. Since f is filled, so definitely this number minus a inverse b should present in f. होगा ही होगा इसमें f में. And definitely you can see that this is also 0 of g of x. अगर this minus a inverse b is a 0 of g, तो definitely अगर ये g का 0 है तो definitely इस point के ऊपर ये part 0 होगा. अगर ये 0 होगा तो 0 into something 0. So f of x is root पे 0 हो जाएगा, 0 पे 0 हो जाएगा. So that's why it means that this minus a inverse b is also 0 of f of x. So वही हमने prove करना था कि f of x के पास एक 0 होगा, and that belongs to f. So now in the converse part, we suppose f of x has a 0 a in f. So हमने मान लिया कि f of x का a जो है वो 0 है. So definitely f of a जो होगा वो क्या होगा, अगर ये 0 है तो रिमाइंडर 0 आएगा. रिमाइंडर इज नथिंग बट इट इज f of a equal to 0. ये 0 होगा. So by factor theorem आई थिंक इस हम लोअर क्लासेस में स्कूल लेवल पर पढ़ते हैं. And by factor theorem, x minus a is a factor of f of x. अगर ये इसका फैक्टर है तो डेफिनेटली इट कैन बी राइटेड लाइक दिस. f of x is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Here remainder will be 0. Okay. So definitely main motive is us to present f of x in the form of this one. So definitely f of x इस फॉर्म में लिखा तो obvious है g of x का डिग्री या तो 1 होगा या 2. So we expressing f of x in the product of polynomials which have degrees less than f of x. So hence f is reducible. So I think if you will clear all the concept in this theorem, what main thing is that don't apply it in higher degrees more than 3. You see the example. I just give you the example. Just see. In this example, first of all, you just see one more concept before the example. By above theorem, it is easy to check the reducibility when the field is ZP by testing to see f of a equal to 0 for a equal to this. So sometimes it is difficult to check the reducibility. So अगर field हमारी finite हो, main motive is field is finite. अगर हमारी field infinite हो तो it is very difficult to check all the elements of that field, whether they are satisfying the given polynomial or not. If it is field is finite, this is finite field, so we can substitute these all the values in f of x at those points which satisfying this f of x is equal to y. So those points will be the zeros of f of x. So one thing is that to check the reducibility when field is finite. Sometimes we can check by hit and trial method whether it is satisfying or not, but sometimes it is difficult to find out the zeros. So anyhow, we further discuss further how to find the zeros. Okay, so next second point is that you see I just mentioned that. So this above theorem is apply only for degree 2 or 3, not more than that. You see, we have a polynomial like this. ये polynomial है और इसका डिग्री कितना है 4, और इसका कोई भी जीरो क्यू के अंदर नहीं है. ठीक है, आप जो मर्जी रैशनल नंबर पुट कर लो इसमें, ये कभी जीरो नहीं होगा. क्लियर? But you see, we can express this polynomial in this form, and this is product of two polynomials which has degrees less than 4. So it is reducible, but has no zero in Q. So this above theorem is valid when degree is 2 or 3. 2 और 3 से अगर डिग्री ज्यादा होता है, so this theorem cannot be applied. If you apply, you get a contradiction. Okay, so I think you just go through this theorem. If any problem, you can comment me. Okay, next, some definition, that is content. What is content of the polynomial? So content of the polynomial is of a non-zero polynomials an x raised to power n, an minus 1 x raised to power n minus 1 plus so and so a naught. These all zeros, all a's, these all coefficients this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. All are integers. This is very, very important. They are integer. When we talking about content, the coefficients of the polynomial should be integer. And is content is the greatest GCD, greatest common divisor, GCD of these integers. So if we have, suppose, I just take an example. If I take example 2x square plus 5x square, 5x plus 3. So definitely GCD of 2, 5, 3 is equal to 1. So its content of this polynomial is 1. In the place of this polynomial, I take one more example. If I take 2x raised to power 4 plus 2x raised to power 3 plus 4x raised to power 2 plus 6x plus 2. So you can see the coefficients are multiple of 2. So definitely GCD is nothing but it is 2. So content of this polynomial is 2. GCD अगर 1 से ज्यादा आना है तो डेफिनेटली कोई ना कोई कॉमन तो होगा ही होगा, तभी GCD निकलेगा. Okay, so I think you got the idea what is content of the polynomials. So we just is now what is primitive polynomials? Keep in mind primitive polynomials. तो पहली बात primitive polynomials में सबसे important चीज है कि polynomials over Z होना चाहिए. Primitive polynomials की definition तभी valid होगी when we can take the coefficient of the polynomial should be integers. Okay, so a primitive polynomial is an element of Z of x with content is 1. जिसका GCD 1 होगा वो आपका primitive polynomial. So you can see this is this example, this is primitive polynomial. Because content of this polynomial is 1. And this is not primitive because GCD is 2. And if I take a counter example, x square plus 1 upon 2x plus 3. We cannot say whether it is primitive or not. Why? Because this is not belongs to Z of x. Because इसका जो कोएफिशिएंट है वो इंटीजर नहीं है. ठीक, सो प्रिमिटिव होने के लिए, प्रिमिटिव का डेफिनेशन लगाने के लिए पहले ये जरूरी है कि जो आपका कोएफिशिएंट्स ऑफ द पॉलिनोमियल है वो आपके इंटीजर्स हों. Okay, so next definition is monic polynomial. So monic polynomials में definitely ये जो लीडिंग कोएफिशिएंट है वो 1 होना चाहिए. ठीक है, और इसमें कोई बाइंडेशन नहीं होती कि आपके जो कोएफिशिएंट्स हैं वो इंटीजर होने चाहिए, वो आपके कुछ भी हो सकते हैं इंटीजर्स. ठीक, सो कुछ भी का मतलब हुआ कि आपके दे आर बिलोंग्स टू रियल नंबर. We confine ourselves in the real numbers, so maximum is real number. So these all the coefficients belongs to real number. If a leading coefficient is 1, then it is monic. And I think if this Z is replaced by integer, so every monic polynomial is primitive. You can see I just mentioning here. Every monic polynomial f of x over Z of x is primitive polynomial. क्योंकि primitive का GCD 1 होता है. GCD 1 होगा तो definitely लीडिंग कोएफिशिएंट आपका 1 बन जाएगा. मोनिक पॉलिनोमियल में लीडिंग कोएफिशिएंट 1 होगा तो डेफिनेटली अगर लीडिंग ही 1 हुआ तो बाकी में कोई भी कॉमन एलिमेंट नहीं है, वो डेफिनेटली जीसीडी पर 1 ही आना. So this is all about monic polynomials. Now the Gauss lemma is very important. So what is the statement of this lemma? if f of x and g of x are two polynomials, primitive polynomials over z of x, then product of these two is also primitive. So we suppose we do this by contradiction. So we suppose that this is not a primitive. Product of these two polynomials is not primitive polynomials. अगर ये primitive नहीं है तो definitely इनका content 1 नहीं आएगा. So मैंने q मान लिया, q is any integer and this q is not equal to 1. Clear? This q not equal to 1 and is a positive integer. और मैंने इस q का p मैंने एक प्राइम फैक्टर मान लिया. ठीक है, प्राइम डिवाइजर ले लिया मैंने p. Okay, so what I now do कि मैंने all the coefficient of f, g and f of x into g का, f का भी, g का भी और इसका भी, सभी के coefficient reduce कर दिए under modulo p. Okay, जो भी coefficient होंगे उनको मैंने under modulo p reduce कर दिया. I think you got the idea what this means. It means that it's suppose if it is coefficient is this, so I will divide by p n and the remainder we I put here. Remainder जो भी आएगा वो यहाँ पे put करेंगे. So this is a reduction of all the coefficients, and after reducing the coefficients, definitely polynomials will be changed. So that these polynomial after reduction, I denote them by bar, f bar, g bar, and f of x into g of x after reduction the coefficients of this polynomial. So you see all the polynomials now, these polynomials, new polynomials belongs to a ring of polynomial over zp, and you will see that this polynomial f of x into g of x bar will be 0 because इसका जो कंटेंट था वो क्या था, वो q था और q उसका डिवाइजर, q का डिवाइजर p था. तो डेफिनेटली जब उसके कोएफिशिएंट्स को डिवाइड करें तो उसके सारे के सारे जो कोएफिशिएंट्स होंगे, ऑल कोएफिशिएंट्स रिड्यूस टू 0 अंडर मॉडुलो p. सारे कोएफिशिएंट रिड्यूस होके 0 हो गए. सो डेफिनेटली t is 0 and 0 is 0 this is 0 is 0 element of zp over x. So definitely this equal to 0. अब दो पॉलिनोमियल का प्रोडक्ट 0 है और ZP, you know, ZP is also इंटीग्रल डोमेन. अगर इंटीग्रल डोमेन है ZP तो डेफिनेटली देयर विल बी नो जीरो डिवाइजर. जीरो डिवाइजर नहीं होगा, इट मीन दैट या तो इसको 0 होना पड़ेगा या इसको 0 होना पड़ेगा बिकॉज ऑफ इंटीग्रल डोमेन definition. You can mention here because ZP is integral domain. ठीक, integral domain है, so either this equal to 0 or this equal to 0. So what this mean? It means that इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? इसका मतलब हुआ कि जब हमने f of x के जो कोएफिशिएंट्स अंडर मॉडुलो p रिड्यूस करे तो सारे कोएफिशिएंट ही 0 हो गए. इसका मतलब यही हुआ कि all the coefficients of g under modulo p become 0. तभी आपका पॉलिनोमियल 0 आया. और पॉलिनोमियल 0 आया इसका मतलब जो p हमारा q का डिवाइजर था वो p इसका कंटेंट हुआ, मतलब इसके कंटेंट का फैक्टर हुआ. ये वो g के कंटेंट का भी वो डिवाइजर हुआ, तभी हुआ 0, अदरवाइज तो 0 हो ही नहीं सकता है. सो दैट्स व्हाई what this mean, p divides the content of f of x and p divides the content of g of x. तो अगर इसका मतलब कंटेंट कोई प्राइम नंबर है तो 1 तो हो नहीं सकता, 1 इज नॉट ए प्राइम नंबर, तो कंटेंट तो 1 से ज्यादा ही होगा इसका. और अगर 1 से ज्यादा होगा तो डेफिनेटली इसका मतलब f of x फिर प्रिमिटिव नहीं हो सकता. या तो ये प्रिमिटिव नहीं होगा तो ये भी नहीं प्रिमिटिव नहीं होगा, तो दोनों प्रिमिटिव नहीं हो सकते इसका. सो विच इज कंट्राडिक्शन, because we suppose that f of x into g of x is not primitive. So we got a contradiction, hence our supposition is wrong. So f of x and g of x is primitive. So that's all for the today this lecture. Friends, if you enjoying these lectures, so give me some suggestions for further improvements. So thank you.